Everyone, right, I've got a kit here. This is the random for today, random kit number 1. Now, you know, I've said before, they're just bits and pieces, and nice. These, if you're a beginner, there's plenty here for you to play around with. If you just want to top up your stash, there's plenty to do that with. If you want to get creative, there's certainly a lot to do that with. So yeah, this is a £12 kit, so I'm telling you up front. It's on the shop, so it's random kit number 1, and I'm going to take a picture of it like this before I show it, and then you can run along and buy it. I've just taken a picture of it, so you can now run along and buy it if you want it. But I'll share with you what's in it. I've added some of these. They just want trimming. 3 large flowers. I'm just going to try and pack it away. I like to get them packed, and then I don't have to do it later on. 2 of those. Again, you just trim round them. I haven't got time for that. Like I say, I'm working on my own here. Now I'm just going to put these in a little bag. This lot, and I'll show you those. Just get another bag. Right, so what we've got here are some flower centres that you can, and I've got incoming, ignore it. That's the shape of a shell, and there's that one, Diamante flower centres. Got a couple of charms, or a few charms here. Another one that you can use. Little heart and a teapot. So you've got those. Oh, and a little owl bead. It's a mother of pearl, I think. Owl bead. Oh, sorry. It's cold today. I was warm all night. It's gone cold today, hasn't it? And then I put a little Chinese bead in, because we've pink, blue and brown. So that's a little bead you can use, or use it as a, you know, to make a charm or something. One of the metal rings. Give you a bell set, you know, a couple of bells. We've got those, 3 of those. So it's kind of like colour coordinated sort of thing. And then I've given you that bracelet I spoke of yesterday, which you can take apart. So you've got the seed beads and the freshwater pearl. Then I've given you the metal beads, because there's plenty of them, and they've got the spacers as well. See the spacers? Teardrop beads, and then you've got some kind of like a squarish ones and some small round ones, so you've got those. A string of pearls. Now these are gorgeous pearls. They came from a vintage necklace, but they're perfect if you're doing stick pins or making a bit of a tassel, or you know, something like that, because I've shown you how to make your own tassels. Some stamen if you're making a flower, and I've given you some lace and some crochet lace. So you've got, and it's like bobbled. Can you see? Just like bobbled. Now, in regards to beads, let's have a look. I've got given you 3 Moroccan beads. I have. There. They're 3 Moroccan beads. To go with the goldy colour, you've got 3 large crystal round ones, 3 of the small crystal round ones. Beautiful. Look at that one. It's gorgeous. Absolutely stunning bead. I would call these the light switch bead. I know they're that pear shape, but I call them the light switch because they just remind me of those old-fashioned light switches you used to put a string on and hang it in your bathroom. That's what I call them. So that's what they are. Oops, nearly did, nearly did. A flowery one, obviously, if you want to make your own little tassel or something to go off the end of your, if you're making a book or something, you want to cover your book with the fabrics and that. Another glass bead. And then they're all, another glass bead there. But these are agates and things like that. So you've got some really nice beads to play around with. On top of that, I've given you one of these, so you could make yourself, you can paint this, whatever you want to do with it, but you could make yourself like a large tassel if you're making a book to hang off the end, and you've got a lot of nice beads to do that as well. So that's that. I've just found that, so we'll put that one in your applique ones. I've given you some gold glitter. It's a random kit, so you know you can always pass it on. Let's just put that in there. So that's that bag, and like I say, £12, it's not bad. In fact, it's a really good kit for 12 quid. Right, I've made these up. They're not stuck together, so you can take them apart if you choose to, and it gives you some extra beads, but 3 stick pins as well. But I've done one blue, one brown, and one pink, okay? So you've got those. Oh. This does not include shipping, obviously, folks. I keep getting asked, even though I say it on the videos. So either you're not watching the video all the way through, or you're not listening. Oh dear. Right, this is that particular one. And there's, I think it's a yard or definitely a yard of that one. Same with that one. That's the big one. They do make really nice flowers. Or gather it up and make a trim for the bottom if you're making a, you know, like a wall plaque or something like that. And then I've given you the white one as well. So that's that one. I've also put in a little bit of, just a small one to make flowers. Trims, like that. They're big enough to make a flower, you see. And that was the whole point. That one, and of course, that is super soft. Really pretty trim, that one. So we've done that. Then we've given you these. Now they're quite big pieces. So there's plenty there to either cut up and make several flowers with, or you can use them to, you know, I don't know. Oh, I know what else I've got. Just hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Sorry, Joey, let me get past you, mate, because I've got to get something. Sorry, Jojo. Stretching past you. I don't want to fall on, stamp on you. Do have a gloves, eh? Yeah, sorry, I forgot to put the board in. You've got a, I think it's a 5x8 board. Or 5x7, something like that. That you can cover. You've also got a large piece of the blue one. I mean, this is beautiful fabrics. Just gorgeous. See? Pure cottons. Only the best for you lot. And then I've also done a large piece, which is even bigger still, of the pink. Okay. So, you know, you add it up. I know it's worth £12 or more. So, I'm just going to do that. That. And that. With that, all of that, and that, and those, £12. And if you're interested, run along to the shop. Right, I'm back now. Again, this is another £12 kit, so I'm going to go through it with you. So, what have we got here? This is more on a green, brown, cream theme. It's just a random kit, like I say. But, you know, in random kits, there's loads. With this one here, so you've got your board, which I've put a board in. But I could make a plaque, a wall hanging, and several flowers just out of that alone. So they're well worth it. And you know, you only have to pay the £12 plus the shipping, of course. It's £3.45 where you, if you're in the UK, and it's not £8.50 like we normally do on the shop, because that's for heavy parcels as well. These don't weigh that much, and if you're buying this on its own, then the shipping abroad to most places is going to be about £6.50. If it's any less, we will refund. If it's any more, we will request it. Just so you know, anyway, but it should be fine. So it's at £12 plus shipping. I'm going to just take you through this one. Let me just get a bag to pack it in. And I need a little bag to put all the bits and pieces in. So, first of all, I've put in 6 strands of this. Do you remember? I mean, where I was buying it, sold out. They don't buy it in anymore. But you can actually make this using these pearls. You could make something like that. It's not hard. I'll show you how to make the trim. So, and if you've got a stash of beads, you can do it yourself. You've got those. Now, what I've put in is flower centre. Gorgeous bling. The ones Tatty makes. That one. That one. I've put in these beads which match the glitter and this and the trim, some of the trim, because look at them. You can get them out if you want them and put your own colour in them, but these are expensive beads. And you just take your bead out and put whatever colour you want in them. So you've got those. Oops. I've also put in a little glass heart. 3 of those little flowers with the glass, if you want to make stick pins up or something. I've put in a selection of the agate stones, the beads. They're like genuine gemstone, so I'm just going to put those in. Oops, they go all over. Okay, the large teardrop one, which is, like I said in the previous video, I'll call it my light switch bead. 3 large round crystals, 3 smaller crystals, oval bead like a rice bead, and then just 3 different beads, glass beads for you to play around with, and then the 3 Moroccan beads in green. So that's those. I've also added in 3 stick pins. Now these are not made up, like I said. The others weren't made up either. I've left them like that so you can either make them up if you want, or you can swap and change your beads about, which is why you've got extra ones in there. So that's your little goodie bag. Oh, sorry, I put the pearls in as well, and a strand of pearls. Now, these are like from a vintage necklace, and they're really good quality pearls. They're quite lush, actually. But, you know, you might as well use them up for your stick pins and whatnot. Make a tassel trim for a flower, whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so, the glitter, of course. Then I've added in, let's do this one, this green trim, because you've got the green check as well. They make lovely flowers. Now, you can either fold this in half and make a double flower. You can fold it 3/4 and make a double flower like that. Or you can cut it down the middle and get more flowers out of it. So there's a lot to do with that. And it's gorgeous trim. Let me just put that to one side. I've put in 3 of those, and they just need these ends snipping. So you've got 3 of those, 1 of those. So if you don't want the excess leaves and circles in, just trim that out. 2 of those. The wide, it's 2-inch wide crochet trim. So about a yard of that. It's a yard or more. And the wider one, again, And they make great flowers. I've given you that one, which is beautiful. We sell this in the flat or the gathered. Just gorgeous trim. So you have a metre of that. And then I've given you the double-edged one. Now with this one, you can thread things through it, or you can cut it and make different 2 lots of flowers. Think about what you can do and how far you can make your trims go. I've given you the, I think it's 5x7 board, or 5x8. And I've given you some green and goldy coloured seam binding. And what I do with mine is I just crush it up or just run the iron over it. So I've given you that to play around with. Your fabrics, again, you know, just so I don't want you to think I'm lying or anything. Not that you would, just me being cautious constantly. So you've got a nice big piece of that one, that's like a fat quarter. Like that. You've got the fat quarter in that one as well. This is gorgeous. But you know, flowers, cover your board. I don't have the wadding, otherwise I would have actually put a piece of wadding in if you wanted to do a padded board. And then you've got this one as well, which is also about a fat quarter. And like I said, remember, they are random kits. So if you just wanted to stock up your stash, then you just get it for that. If you think, wow, I can make this, that and the other with it, then go ahead. And it's first come, first serve. These are on the shop. This is the random kit number 2 for today. Random kit number 2. And, oh, come on in. I mean, get in. I'm just leaving that loose in there. I haven't got time to be pampering about rolling it all up. I should, but I haven't got time. And then all your goodie bag. Okay. So, random kit number 2. And that will be on the shop. If you want it, run along and grab that now. So, let's just put on it. Random kit, £12, and it's number 2. Okay, so that's that one, and I'll be back with another one. Right, everyone, this is number 3. Random kit number 3. And I'm going to quickly go through it with you. Now, this doesn't have the card in, but it has got this trimming, this particular one that the others don't have. But anyway, it's just a random kit. So I'm going to go through all the little trimmings with you first. Now, I've put in these again. You need to make yourself, you know, put the glue on to keep them all together or take them apart. It's completely up to you. And that gives you extra beads if you do. So you've got 3 of those stick pins. You've got the large teardrop glass bead. You've got the 3 Moroccan beads. And then you've got a selection of these glass ones, crystal beads, large and small, or large and medium they are. Plus you've got some of the flower ones as well. And then you've got the agate beads. So a nice selection of beads for you to play around with yourself. Like that. I've also added in that one. Flower centres, you can use them in your flowers. Or put them on your projects. That's the one that Tatty makes. Nice big heart. Quite heavy. But this can be taken off and use the heart. 12 of the large rice beads for you to play around with. Now I've given you the vintage pearls again, a row of those. They're really good quality. Very pretty as well. So that's those. Try to get it all in one bag. Try to save me bags. I'm not really filling them up and giving them out. A strand of those, which has got 6 on, the long ones. Oh, sorry. And then we've got a selection of little, as a glass heart, glass butterfly, flower. You've got a teapot and a heart, an owl, champagne glass, little charms they are, handmade, and a butterfly, and then little hearts. So that's the tiny things, the smallies. The next thing I'm going to show you is we've got that one which you can cut up and use the beads. But it is a nice thing if you can put it across your project. You might want to wear it, it's wearable. So that's that. And then this one, which is just gorgeous. It really is pretty. I'm not sure how I'm going to show you this. Look. It's a dangly one, but they can all be cut apart. So that's that one. Of course, more glitter. The glitter's just getting given out in the kits. Some of the blue daisies that can be cut individually. This is £12 again. They're all £12 these so far. A selection of leaves that you can actually cut. Just snip them the bits off yourself. But they'll come in handy when you're making a flower. So that's that. Then I've got 2 of the large appliques. Some 2-inch wide crochet trim. Then we've got the Nottingham blue, the powder blue, pale pink, in the, it's like a silky one, and then my favourite trim, as you know, which is the wine coloured one. That one, it's I'm on about the style, is my favourite, all-time favourite. Makes beautiful flowers, and that I've put this in as well. So look, see. The pattern on that is gorgeous. A nice big piece of velvet fabric. Then the what we call embroidered. It's beautiful, absolutely beautifully embroidered fabric there with the scalloped edge. So I have no idea what you want to make with it, but I'm sure you can come up with something. I've given you some of this as well, which is the webbing, just for you to play around with basically. And then some checkered, it's a fat quarter of the blue and white check, gingham do they call it, yeah. And then the last is this, which is a gorgeous rosette trim on tulle, and that is again £12, and that is kit number 3. So I'm just going to get a bag for that. Let me write on it. Random kit 3. Random kit 3, and it is I put the price on because I don't want to get them mixed up with all the others I do, because I do them at different prices all the time. It depends what I can find to go in them, sort of thing. And with them being random kits, you know, I mean, if I was buying kits, I'd buy the random ones if they were made like this, but I don't think anybody does them like this. I'd buy 3 or 4 and I'd end up with a stash full of goodies to play around with. But that's me, and that's only if I could afford it. So there you go, random kit 3. And I'll be back with some more later on. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. I'm going to have a break. Bye bye for now.